Hey everybody, I am David White. This is Healthcare Like a Boss. Thank you for coming by the channel. If you have not yet subscribed, take a second and do that right now. You can do it easily just down below. And then share this channel and this video with your friends. Help me spread the word. I would really appreciate that. So I want to start making good on a promise. You have heard me reference this little booklet, this little guide that I have written called 5 Steps to Better Healthcare at Lower Cost. And through a series of videos, I'm going to march through each of those 5 steps. In fact, I'm going to break each of those 5 steps down in even smaller chunks, and hopefully along the way you'll be able to discover something that will be helpful to you, or at least something that will spark an idea. Now, it should be said there's nothing sequential about these steps. You don't have to complete step number 1 before moving to step number 2. In fact, I don't think these steps are ever really fully complete. I think there's an ongoing nature to them, and they are most definitely intertwined. There's nothing sequential about them. It's just the way that we are going to approach them. I will put in the comment section below, in the description below, remind you of what all the 5 steps are. But for today, let's just jump right in to the first one, or the first little chunk of the first one. The first step is this: take ownership of your healthcare decisions. Take control of your healthcare decisions. So let's stop with this word ownership, this idea of own, just for a second. It's got a couple of different meanings. On the one hand, it means to take full responsibility for it. And what I'm trying to suggest is don't rely on someone, or maybe more poignantly, don't allow someone else to make your healthcare decisions. You are the healthcare consumer. You know you better than anyone else. You know what you need, you know what you don't need. You have the power and you have the checkbook. Take full responsibility for it. And the second little nuanced, idea around the word own is to own it, like an attitude, like dominate it, like own it. And you can do that with a little bit of research, a little bit of thinking, a little bit of effort. So take ownership of your healthcare decisions. Now, the first thing to do to get at that, the first little chunk, is really simple, but it's critical, and it's powerful. So stay with me. When you hear it, you're going to go, duh. It's going to seem like nothing. But let me tell you something, man. It's been my experience that without this, if a person doesn't do what I'm about to suggest, then nothing else happens. If you don't do what I'm about to suggest, then it's highly likely nothing's going to change for you. So here it is. To begin taking ownership of your healthcare decisions, start with developing an image or a vision of your not too distant future self and fix that image in your mind. Develop an image, a vision, a picture of your not too distant future self, not your be all to end all, your not too distant future self, and fix that image in your mind. Ask yourself some important questions. Ask yourself, what do you want your life to mean, man? What do you want your life to be? And what would you like to be physically able to participate? What would you like to accomplish? Ask yourself, what would you like to contribute to the world? What would you like to be able to contribute for your family? What do you want to feel like? What do you want to look like? It's a perfectly good place to start. Perhaps most poignantly, what do you not want to worry about anymore? What would you like to be rid of? Think about these things, and as you answer those questions, develop a picture of your not too distant future self in your mind and fix it there. In fact, open up some magazines, tear out a picture that in some way depicts that image that you have in your mind. Draw it, write a phrase, put it on the refrigerator or your mirror or whatever. Make it visible. Fix it in your mind, because I am telling you, if you don't do that, if you don't have that firmly in your mind, nothing's going to change. All the other steps don't matter. But be encouraged with this too. Don't ever let perfect get in the way of better. Don't ever let perfect get in the way of good. We are not talking about some ultimate vision of yourself. We're just talking about next, right? Better. Start right there. I'm David White. This is Healthcare Like a Boss. I will see you next time.